What is it?
Oh,
It's okay, you're fine.
I keep having this dream about my mother's death.
I'm sorry, baby.
It's about the earthquake, too.
It's okay, it's just a dream.
Yeah, but it's like it's all one thing.
It's okay, look. It is just a dream.
I know, but it's so real.
I know. When I was in prison, I had all kinds of dreams, too, about my family and about you, and they seem very real, too.
Yeah, but
No, listen. You almost died in that earthquake. Anybody would dream about it. And it makes sense it would rouse up memories of your mother's death. It's got to have been the most difficult time in your life.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It just felt so...
So what?
I don't know. Something's going on. Something real is going on. It's like I feel it and I can't set my mind straight on it or something.
Don't worry.
It won't. It's just I've never had recurring dreams like this before.
Well, they'll go away. They're bound to.
I hope so. Oh, I hope so.
Your Honor, as you will see in that document, the District Attorney's Office has uncovered new and significant evidence. In light of this evidence, I've just filed a new charge against Lionel Lockridge, murder in the first degree.
What are you talking about?
We therefore request that bail be set in the amount of $5 million.
Oh, thank God.
What is he, nuts?
What is this, some kind of a joke? What is he accusing Daddy of?
God, is this true?
Warren, what is he doing?
I knew he had something.
Order. There'll be order in this room.
Your Honor, this is outrageous and highly irregular to demand such excessive bail.
I'm sure that Mr. Capwell will give us a hint as to the reason why he's asking for $5 million.
I assure you, Your Honor, that the DA's office has very strong evidence. We've been conducting an extensive investigation of Lionel Lockridge. But of course, your ruling must be based on fact and not rhetoric.
That's correct.
The document already presented describes the evidence found to date, which we feel more than justifies the amount of bail requested. However, here are some supporting documents I think you will find pertinent.
Now, I'd like to look at these.
And, of course, the defendant is entitled to the same information. As you can see, Your Honor, we have evidence that places Mr. Lockridge at the scene of the crime. We have evidence that points to a motive.
Evidence of the motive? What motive?
Well, it's all there. The cover-up of another crime.
Ladies and gentlemen, though I don't approve of the way this matter has been handled by the District Attorney's Office, the weight of evidence before me cannot be ignored. Therefore, Mr. Lionel Lockridge is to be remanded into custody on the charge of murder in the first degree. Bail is set at $5 million. This hearing is adjourned.
This is a setup. It is a setup! And Mason, you and your father are going to pay for this.
Darling,
Augusta, you've got to get me out of here.
where am I going to get that kind of money?
I don't know. I just don't want to spend another night in jail. Sell some of the pictures.
How am I going to get that fast?
Get a hold of Elizabeth Peel. She'll do something. She's got contacts all over the place, but just do it fast.
All right, darling, I'm going to keep you here. I can't believe it.
Oh, I know.
There's a man in back of you. A man with a beard. Turn slowly. You see him?
Yeah.
Follow him. Follow him. Wherever he goes, find him. And be careful, because he's one of the men that is trying to frame me.
Yeah, you got it, Dad.
I don't know. Lincoln, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this is all happening. Believe me. I can only tell you that I did not kill Channing.
Are you sure? Are you dead sure, Mason?
Yes, I am. We've matched Lionel's fingerprints with fingerprints found in the study at the exact spot from where the gun was fired, in fact. We also found in his possession the note that brought Channing to the study.
You have all that?
We also know his motive.
What is it?
We can't reveal that at this time.
What do you mean we can't? I'm not talking to the DA's office here. I'm talking to my son about the murder of his brother.
Thought you said I wasn't a Capwell anymore, Dad.
Daddy, please don't get too upset.
I'm too upset. Lionel Lockridge may have killed my son. I want all the information now. I want all the facts now.
I'd rather not open that can of worms
You
just
open
now.
it.
My dad has to do with Sophia.
Just don't.
Why? Channing had everything. He had the world at his feet. Why, damn it?
Cece, I know what you're feeling, and I'm sorry this had to be dredged up again, but I did not kill Channing.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me! I don't want you to ever see any of the Lockridges again, ever!
Get out. Let's go. Excuse us.
Lakin, let's go.
Ted, we're leaving. No. Her father killed your brother. Don't you understand that?
My God, let me out of here. The entire Capitol family's trying to frame your father. Come on.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Lockridge will not make any statements at this time and will not answer questions. And no pictures, please.
It's all right. It's all right. Look, I have been framed. Someone has manipulated evidence, and I don't know what else, but I will tell you one thing. As I'm standing here, I am innocent. And I will seek out whoever did this framing, and I will find them if it's the last thing I do. Wait a minute.
Mom,
Don't go.
I want to talk to Ted.
Look, are you okay?
No.
Look, let's get out of here. You'll come with me?
Yes, come on.
Ted, come back here. Your daughter has Ted so irrational. He'll come to his senses.
Will he? Don't you think you owe me an apology, Dad?
What? An apology? An apology for what?
Well, in case you've forgotten, you accuse me of murdering my own brother. Now that Peter's come forth with the truth about my not ever being in the study with Channing, and now that we've found the real killer, I thought it might be a nice, albeit belated, Christmas present if you could somehow acknowledge that maybe you acted a bit too hastily.
What I did because I thought it was right, Mason. Now, I can't change my attitude about that until I fully understand what's going on here. I want to know if Lionel Lockridge did kill Channing. I want to know why. I want to know his motive, and you haven't told me that.
All right, if you insist.
I do.
Good. Because I wouldn't want to give you this kind of information unless you really wanted to hear it. It seems that Channing found out something that he was going to tell the world about. Something that Lionel very much objected to the world finding out about.
Well, what is it Channing found out?
This would have upset you then, Dad, and it's going to upset you now.
What the hell are you talking about?
All right? From before you even met Sophia until the day she died, she and Lionel Lockridge were having an affair.
Lionel killed Channing?
Yes. Yes, it is finally over.
They must have found some stuff we never even knew about. It was Lionel?
Joe, I'm scared.
What is it?
All of this. I mean, suddenly, I'm really afraid. It's like war's been declared or something, and I can't help but think what Dad feels. God, he must be going crazy. Everything feels so out of control.
Kelly. It's all right, child. You'll be safe. Listen, I have been waiting for this day for such a long time now, for over 5 years, and finally it is finished. That killer, that evil, evil man is finally getting what he deserves. All right, I just came to tell you that. I've got to go.
All right. Thank you for bringing us the news.
Bye, Kelly.
No. Lionel and Sophia were seeing each other behind your back.
I don't believe you.
It's true.
If you're basing your case against Lockridge on that, then you're making a big mistake, Mason. Sophia would have been completely repulsed by the likes of Lionel Lockridge. I don't even think they've ever met. I'll never forgive you for this.
Dad, look at this. And this.
What is this? What is all this?
The handwriting on the picture is Sophia's. LL with love.
Doesn't mean anything.
Look inside. The ring at the initials. Sophia gave that to Lionel.
I don't believe you.
Dad, do you ever remember Channing wearing that ring?
Yes. Yes, I guess so. The day he died, I saw him wearing it, and I asked him about it. I hadn't seen it before. It's his ring. She must have given it to him.
Sophia had been dead for 10 years. Channing acquired it the day he died. It had belonged to Lionel.
I don't understand.
Somehow Channing found out that Sophia had given Lionel that ring. On the day he died, he must have made Lionel give it up.
Give it up?
Yes. He was going to reveal to all of us the fact that Lionel and Sophia were having an affair. But Lionel got wind of it and killed Channing before he could tell anyone about it.
Sophia loved me.
Dad, they were lovers. Look at the picture and look at the ring. We found the ring in Lionel's house, where he had hidden it. We also found the note that brought Channing to the study. Don't you understand, Dad? Lionel had to silence Channing, and he had to get the ring back. So he killed Channing and pulled the ring off his finger. All because Sophia...
Stop it! I can't hear any more of this. I can't! Sophia wasn't like that.
As a matter of fact, Dad, Sophia was like that. It was my mother, Pamela, who wasn't like that.
Pamela?
I think it's ironic, don't you, Dad? That it was my mother all along who was faithful to you, who genuinely cared for you. But you chose to believe in a woman who was as unfaithful as she was beautiful.
Mason, you fabricated this whole thing. I won't have you talking about Sophia that way. She and Lionel never met. If they had, I would have known it.
They met before you even entered the picture, Dad. Now, I've done my homework and I know what I'm talking about. Lionel was a consultant on a movie that Sophia made before you even knew her last name. It's true. I can get you the film if you like. It's kind of interesting to see both their names in the credits. Sophia's is first, of course, but Lionel's is much further down, somewhere between the costume designer and the gaffer. But it's there. Now, that's the story. I'm sorry it can't be a prettier one, but at least it's a true one. Lionel killed Channing. Two reasons why I put as much work into this investigation as I have, Dad. One is because I didn't want to go to prison like Joe Perkins for a crime I didn't commit. And two is, just once in my life, I wanted to hear you admit that you were wrong. Just once, I wanted you to apologize to me. Is that so hard for you to do, Dad? Is that so damned hard?
Hey, take it easy. You've got really jumpy lately.
No, I don't feel good.
No wonder. You got some sleep instead of having those bad dreams. I'm coming! Warren?
Where's that man, huh?
What man?
You know what I'm talking about. I followed a man to this apartment.
Look, he's gone, Warren, all right? He just left. You missed him.
Damn!
Why? What's wrong?
I have to talk to him.
About what?
About a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I have a few questions for you guys, too.
What is the matter?
How do you know this guy, Kelly?
He's a friend, Warren.
Yeah, well, your friend just set up my dad.
What?
That's right. Did he tell you what happened today to my father, huh?
Yes, he told us about the amount of size of the bail that's being requested.
Oh, did he tell you about the charge, too? My dad was just set up by the guy who was here. Yeah, this guy planted some evidence, and I want to know why.
Just hold on, Warren.
What makes you think this man had anything to do with it?
Look, if you two are friends of his, you're probably involved in this whole setup with him. Look, all I know is that the coins that I had were planted on my father. All right, granted. All three of us standing here know that I had those coins, right? So you just tell me how they wound up in his possession. Either you're on one side or the other, as far as I'm concerned.
What are you talking about?
Either you give me some information about this guy, or I'm going to assume you're hiding something. I'm going to assume you're involved. So tell me, where does this guy live, huh? I asked a question.
Yeah, we heard you. See, this guy's a friend of ours. We don't particularly want you harassing him.
Yeah, well, my dad's sort of a friend of mine. I don't particularly want him going to jail, okay?
Just slow down, Warren. We should all just slow down and try and figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, what's going on is we're all standing here knowing that some coins were planted on my dad, which make it look as if he killed Channing. And we all know that. After spending 5 years in jail for a crime you didn't commit, I think you have a pretty fair understanding as why do I want to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, jumping the gun doesn't mean we're going to get to the bottom of anything.
I know this guy wants to see my dad behind bars. That's not going to happen as long as I have anything to say about it, okay?
If your father is innocent, Warren...
If? Are you guys going to help me or not?
What is going on here? I don't know what to think anymore, Joe.
I don't know either.
I mean, look, first Dominic was a man, then a woman. Joe, we don't know the first thing about her. Where she came from, where she got a stake at all this.
I know that.
What if what Warren says is true? What if she did plant evidence on Lionel?
I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. Except that she was hell-bent on saving my neck. And I can't just turn her over to Warren Lockridge.
I know, but
No, I can't do it even if she did plant the stuff on Lionel. I mean, I couldn't unless I had all the facts. I mean, Kelly, we are indebted to her. She stuck by me from the beginning. She's the one who helped clear me.
I know that. But there's something very strange going on here, Joe. I mean, did you see how happy she was to find out about Lionel? I mean, she was practically reveling in his arrest. Nobody in their right mind would be that happy about somebody else's downfalls. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they were after that person for some reason.
All right, so maybe she's out for Lionel.
But why?
Maybe Lionel did kill Channing.
Yeah?
But if she planted the evidence...
Well, the way she's been acting, it doesn't seem impossible.
No, it doesn't, but we don't know that, do we? We just don't know that. Now, we have to do the same thing we told Warren to do. Just slow down a little bit.
Everything is so confusing. My dream, Dominic, Warren, everything.
Just try to relax, baby.
Joe, I have this feeling and it won't go away.
What feeling?
I don't know. I can't find the words for it. It's like I've got this puzzle. I've got the pieces, everything's there, but I just can't seem to put it together.
Tell you what, let's not try to put it together, okay? Just leave it alone for a while.
New evidence reported by the district attorney's office has brought the focus of the search for the killer to Lionel Lockridge. Evidently, the evidence supports the DA's request for a $5 million bail.
To you, Lionel, may you rest in hell.
Someone has manipulated evidence, and I don't know what else. But I'm here to tell you that I am an innocent man, and I will seek out and find whoever has set me up if it's the last thing I do.
What are you talking about, Lionel? No one has set you up. No one has framed you. You killed my son, Channing. And you are going to the gas chamber first.
There must be some kind of explanation.
There's a very simple explanation as to why people have affairs.
Not in this case, there isn't. If she was having an affair, it was against her will.
Against her? Dad, don't you understand? This was a long-term affair, an ongoing...
It was against her will. She was coerced. If not physically, then psychologically.
Psychologically?
He must have had something on her. He must have been blackmailing her.
Into giving him pictures with that kind of inscription on it?
I'm telling you, she wouldn't have done that.
Daddy, why don't we just...
She wasn't that kind of a woman. She would never have been attracted to Lionel Lockridge. How could she have loved a man like that?
Dad, why don't you just face facts? You can't change what happened.
We don't know what happened.
We do.
We don't know why it happened. We don't know the circumstances behind it. There has to be an explanation.
The explanation is that she fell in love with him before she met you, was in love with him after she met you, and even after she married you.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar, and I'm not a killer, and I'd like some acknowledgement of that from you.
Mason, you disgust me. Dragging Sophia's name through the dirt along with Lockridge's.
I didn't do this. Sophia did this. Sophia and Lionel. You gonna blame me for this, too?
You went out and dug it up? You went out and found the filthiest mud you could to smear across the Capitol name?
All I did was try to find out who killed Channing. I had nothing to do with his death or with Sophia's affair.
You disgust me, Mason. You always have, and you always will.
No surprises. If I'd really thought this out, I would have known that it would end this way. No. Don't worry about me, Eden. I'm fine, really. I'm fine. In fact, I'm just full of new ambitions. Just brim full. Great new plans.
What new plans?
Oh, good ones. Ones that will keep me busy for a long time to come.
Mason, please don't turn yourself inside out.
I don't have to do that, do I? Other people do a good job of that for me, like Dad, for instance.
What kind of new plans?
Oh, goals. Really, everyone should have goals.
What goals and what kind? What are they?
One of them is to see Lionel Lockridge convicted of murdering Channing. That would make me a very happy man.
And the second goal?
Second goal? Well, that's more of a long-range intention, really. It One that should keep me busy and out of trouble for a long time to come.
What's that?
To find a way to unseat, to permanently unseat C.C. Capwell as the head of the Capwell family.
Yes, I knew you, but we hadn't been properly introduced.
My husband said you could help me sell some of these paintings.
You want to sell them already?
I need $500,000 cash, and I will sell anything to raise it. Although I'm not so sure it's a good idea talking to you, since you happen to be a friend of the Capwells.
I assure you, Mrs. Lockridge, I'm a friend to a lot of people. There's some situations in which it is best to remain neutral. This happens to be one of them, especially the situation that exists between the two families at present.
Really?
Yes. I have said the same thing to C.C. Capwell. I'd like to think that he understands my position. I hope you do.
Well, I'm not so sure what your position is, especially concerning dealings with my husband.
Oh.
I couldn't help but notice how distressed you were when he was arrested.
Well, of course I was distressed. Only moments earlier, he'd been at the pinnacle of success with the discovery of all these treasures.
Ah, well, maybe it's my imagination, but it seemed to me that your concern went a little further than strictly professional level.
On the contrary, Mrs. Lockridge, your husband, well, in deference to the fact that he is in jail and you are his wife, I will only say that his ego can be tiresome at times.
Be that as it may, will you help me?
Yes, I will help you. But only because I want to make sure that these newly discovered artworks of yours are properly taken care of. As a matter of fact, several buyers from back east have already made inquiries.
Well, that's a relief.
Good. Now, which one would you like to sell?
I'll sell anything.
Anything. They're all very special, you know.
Oh, sell whatever's handiest.
Handiest? We are talking about masterworks of all time, not dime store wall hangings.
We are talking about my husband in prison with a bunch of hoodlums and gangsters.
I understand that, I assure you. But look at these paintings. The beauty, the intelligence, the care, the brilliance. Look at the shadows in this Rembrandt. Hours of time went into getting it just right.
I don't care who you sell it to or which one you sell. I just need $500,000 cash fast.
Fine. I'll do it as fast as I can.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll be glad to do it.
Just, one more thing.
What is that?
How well did you get to know my husband when he was in London?
Hardly at all. I wasn't around very much. His main concern, after all, was with my father.
That just doesn't sound like Lionel, being concerned about some woman's father. And, I have a funny feeling that you're not as indifferent to Lionel as you pretend to be.
Well, you are certainly free to believe anything you like.
Yes, I certainly am.
Bacon?
Yes, Dad?
You know I love Channing.
He was your brother.
Yeah, he certainly was. Yeah, he was like my best friend. He was like a mother, he was a father, he was a brother. You know, he took care of me. He always stood up for me. Mom died. I was only 2 years old, and it was him more than anyone, more than Kelly or Eden, who took care of me. I worshipped him. I'd follow him around wherever he went. It was okay. He didn't mind. You know, most brothers, like Mason, well, he'd kick me out of his room if I went in there. But Channing, he let me stay. Sure. Sometimes I'd fall asleep on his bed. And Rosa and Channing would carry me back to my room.
I know how much you cared for him.
So when he was killed, it was like, I don't know, it was like, it just felt impossible. Impossible that he wasn't going to be there anymore. It's impossible that anyone would want to hurt Channing. I mean, was really good. It just didn't make any sense to me. It still doesn't. So I got really obsessed with this trial. The Joe Perkins trial. I was just trying to understand why Joe would do this to him. Well, I still can't. So I just decided that he had gone crazy. I mean, completely out of his mind. It was the only way I could make any sense out of it. I mean, not that I could make any sense out of it, but that I could not think about it day and night. So when Joe was exonerated, it just felt strange.
Like what?
I don't know. I just felt like I needed to know who did it. I mean, if it wasn't Joe, then who was it? Why? Why?
We don't know yet. But it wasn't my father. Didn't you hear him say that he didn't do it?
Yes, I heard him.
Did you believe him?
Well, I wanted to. And I still want to.
But you have to believe him.
Oh, hello, Lionel. This is what we in the DA's office call a discovery session, one in which we try to determine certain facts surrounding the case.
I'm perfectly aware of what this is all about, Mason. You don't have to explain it to me.
Well, Lionel, I wasn't aware that you were so well-versed in the proceedings of our judiciary system.
I'm not. No, I'm just well-versed in the proceedings of one Mason Kaplan.
I can assure you that this is a perfectly legitimate and routine course of...
Come off it, Mason. You're on a fishing expedition. Fishing expedition to get information to back up this phony murder charge of yours. And the whole thing is simply to call attention away from my discoveries on the Amanda Lockridge.
Lionel, please take it easy.
Listen to me, Lionel. You're in a lot of trouble. Now, I could care less about your sunken scow and all its treasures. You're facing a first-degree murder charge.
First-degree murder? On no evidence? Who are you trying to kid? Oh, come on. What are you wasting all this time and money for?
Because I'm serious, Lionel. Dead serious. I have every intention of proving you guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, Mason, you're so full of baloney.
You killed my brother, Lionel, and you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life.
These had the name written all over it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anytime. You might ask why I'm in such a good mood. Then again, you might not, but don't worry, because I'm going to tell you anyway. It looks very likely I'm going to get that drilling job. Kelly. Kelly.
Joe, I've just realized something.
She speaks.
Did you hear what Dominic said to me?
Yeah, I heard some of what she said.
Yeah, but she said, "It's all right, child. It'll be safe."
Yeah, it seems to me I remember saying something like that.
No, not something like that. Those were her exact words.
Okay, those were exact words.
But those were also the exact words that the woman said to the child in my dream. To me. Exactly, but I had the dream before Dominic told me.
So? I don't understand.
Neither do I. Except for those words, Joe, I didn't just dream them. I mean, I was in the cemetery, and there was this woman, and she was helping me, and she said those words to me.
No, I think you're getting yourself worked up over something that's just a coincidence.
A coincidence?
What else could it be?
Yeah, but... Look, I just have this feeling, all right? Can't you understand that?
Yeah, I understand, but don't scare yourself.
I can't help it. Ever since I've started having these stupid dreams, it's
You
like...
start drifting off, you can't finish a sentence without going off into a
Joe,
fog.
I'm serious.
I know you. If you want my opinion, you're too serious. Here, stick your nose in these. Good, huh?
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Anytime. Anytime, anywhere. Don't you worry. I'll be there.
410 120 430 440 450.
Isn't this a lot of money to have?
It's what you said you wanted.
Yes, of course. But I didn't expect... Well, I mean, I'm very grateful, but...
Yes, I think that's it.
All of it, $500,000.
Is everything in order as far as you're concerned?
Yes, it is, of course. It's perfectly fine. Very nice to meet you.
Same here, my pleasure.
Eden, what do you think about all this?
What do you mean?
I saw your face at the hearing.
It's all very confusing.
You weren't even stunned. Not even shocked.
Yes, I was.
Not like I was.
Daddy, we're two different people.
Eden, if you know anything about this, I want to know about it now.
Why are you getting upset and angry at me?
You haven't answered my question.
Look, how was I supposed to know about Lionel? How was I supposed to know that Lionel was going to be accused of killing Channing? You tell me that, Dad. I mean, I don't know what's going on around here anymore. I don't even know what to think.
The whole world has gone mad.
Yeah, I suppose so.
One thing I do know. Lionel Lockridge is an evil force. It's got to be eradicated. If he killed my son 5 years ago, he's going to pay for it. He's not going to get away with some fancy lawyer doing maneuvers around us.
Well, if Lionel is guilty, I'm sure he'll be punished.
Maybe that's not good enough for me.
What do you mean that's not good enough for you?
I want that whole family out of this town, every last one of them.
What?
Yes. We're going to go after them. We're going to get rid of them. And I want to find out what they're trying to do to us with that logbook.
The ship's log?
Yes, that's right. I want to know exactly what that thing says.
Daddy, you're not going to get that without Lionel's permission.
Lionel's permission? Do you think that's the way I'm going to handle it?
Well,
Lionel Lockridge and his family are a cancer. A cancer that has to be eliminated. If he and Sophia... If he seduced my wife and then killed my son...
Daddy, please don't get upset about it.
Look what's happened to my family because of him.
What do you mean?
I feel like my whole family is turning against me. Mason is going to spread Sophia's name all over Santa Barbara in the process of prosecuting this case. Ted, he left the hearing with Lakin. He didn't even have the decency to separate from her one afternoon.
But he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, they're just kids.
He's a young man.
You can't blame them.
He's a young man. He's making choices, and he's making bad choices. And what are you sticking up for him for?
I'm not sticking up for him. I'm
Kelly,
a sister.
look
I
at
think
Kelly
there's reasons.
and Joe.
Kelly is fine.
And you, Eden.
And what about me, Daddy?
I think you know more than you're saying.
Daddy,
That's what happens to a cancer. It gets inside of your body, and it turns against you. Lionel Lockridge and all he stands for and his family have gotten inside the body of my family, and I don't like it. I'm going to wipe them out, every last one of them, before it's too late.
Lincoln, I just want you to know...
Let's just be quiet. Let's just be together and not say anything.
Lincoln.
I've just been informed that you're selling art on behalf of the Lockridges?
That's right, Cece. I now have enough money to get my husband out of jail. And
I'm sorry you find it necessary to stab me in the back this way.
Oh, leave her alone. She just wanted the commission on the sale before somebody else got it.
She helped get your husband back on the streets.
A husband who happens to be innocent.
A husband who seduces decent women and then murders their children, and you're married to him.
Cece, just get control of yourself.
What kind of a person does that make you, Augusta? I think you're the kind of person who covers up your husband's crimes, and that makes you as guilty as he is.
Daddy, why don't we just leave?
You know what? I think you're also going to pay for what happened to my son. All of you Lockridges are going to pay.
You really make me sick.
I just think you should understand, Lionel, that confession would be your best route.
Best route to what? The gas chamber?
Not if you confessed.
Oh, I get it. If I confess, I just get a life sentence, huh? Do not pass go, do not collect $200, just go directly to jail.
You better tell him.
Lionel, I wish you would take this seriously.
I take things very seriously when they deserve it. But in this case, you're just acting out a fantasy. There's nothing substantial to it. And very soon now, everybody's going to find out exactly what it is.
On the contrary, Lionel, what people are going to find out, that is, the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when they convene, is that you're a very guilty man. The question is, do they have to convene? It's going to be a very lengthy and a very expensive court trial, not just in terms of attorney's fees, but in terms of emotional wear and tear on your family. Now, all of that could be avoided if you simply confess.
I see. Gee, I didn't know you were such a humanitarian, Nathan. Next, you're going to be telling me that you like dogs and little children.
All right. I can see that you're not going to listen to my advice.
Well, it's that you ever thought I would that I find so astonishing.
I had thought we might be able to end this without hurting too many people, but I can see that I thought wrong.
Yes, you did.
Well, I think it's only fair to warn you, Lionel, that I have information about you you're unaware of.
Really? Where'd you get this misinformation? What kind of is this?
I know that you and Sophia were having an affair, and that Channing was aware of
it. Where did you get this information?
Remember those? It's a good picture of Sophia. Channing found out about them. And the ring. It's the ring that really nails you, Lionel. Channing found out that Sophia had given it to you, and when he saw you that afternoon, he made you give it to him, didn't he?
Are you enjoying yourself?
And then when you saw him later in the afternoon at the party, you killed him, took the ring off his finger, and picked up the note that had lured him to his death in the study.
No, what note?
Oh, what note? Good. It means you're paying attention.
Are we going to a party?
I just want you to verify, Lionel, that this is the tux you were wearing when you were arrested.
Yeah, sure, that's it. Oh, look, there's the champagne stain and all. What have I done? Have I offended the sartorial preferences of the Capwell family?
No. I just wanted you to look at this little tear in the pocket.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, my golly. Oh, look at that. Why, heck, am I going to get 5 to 10 for forgetting stitches?
This was found in the lining of the jacket. It's the note. Evidently, it went through the hole in the pocket and found its way to the lining of the jacket where it's been all these years. Now, the way I figure it, as you shot Channing, and then with a very cool head, you took the ring off his finger, picked up the note, and then put it in your pocket where it found its way into the lining of the jacket. But then you forgot about the note.
Wait a minute. The tux. Why, the tux?
What about the tux?
Nothing.
You were going to say something, Lionel.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I can only tell you, Mason, that I did not kill Channing.
All you had to do was throw the tux away 5 years ago, Lionel. That's, all you had to do. But then fate intervened and you wore it again on the unfortunate day of your indictment. It's almost as though it were meant to be, isn't it?
Mr. Lockridge's bail has been raised. It's free to go.
Thank you. Well, that's too bad, isn't it, Lionel? Off you go until the trial. But I don't think you're going to find a whole lot of breathing room out there, Lionel, not with all the questions people are going to have for you. And they're going to be a lot of questions, Lionel. More and more all the time.
Mason, I'd like a few words with you. Lionel, please stay here until I get back to you.